People are retarded, bro. That's the truth. They are all giga stupid. And that's the problem. Sensitized generation, okay?
That have happened throughout everyone's lifetime, whether you were born in modern times with getting it directly sent to you through your phone from a relative, or in caveman times where you would see your whole village get squad wiped in 0.2 seconds by a 15-foot saber-toothed tiger and have to survive the next 30 years alone. And as the years have went on and a whole 2 generations have grown up with social media and the internet in front of their faces, slowly over time we've become more and more desensitized to any public tragic events happening. It went from a couple of years of no joking time in the public, and if you did, people would make a salty face at you, to now just waiting a couple of days and it ends up being in some brain rot TikTok video.
It's called glamorizing, you know. It's like glamorizing like evil things, you know what I mean?
Hold her down for me.
Did you get my email?
Eli,
Jeff, can I come in?
name 5 kids for me.
5 kids. Jaden Smith.
Pussy.
Oh. What?
Big H. Hobbits are inside.
You serious? What?
We really have reached the point of no matter how crazy.
Okay. But the thing is, realistically though, what are we supposed to do about it? Just not make jokes about it, not make memes about it? Like, people say it's desensitizing, but I don't think it's desensitizing at all. I don't think it's desensitizing. I think it's more like people think that humor spreads awareness. But the problem is that some people think, what is this guy making the cinema pose? You know what I mean? I feel like humor helps things that are evil become popular. Because back then, like 20, 30 years from now, like something bad would happen and then nobody will hear about it at all. You know what I mean? So I kind of disagree with this.
Crazy an event is or how up a situation is, there's gonna be some AI edit of it on TikTok or Twitter within an hour. And this isn't something that happened overnight. It's been a build-up through years of joking on the internet. One of the things that really started it with social media was right after 9/11. Right after 9/11 happened, it was like the world froze for that day. No one knew, not only in America, what the was next, but frankly around the world. If one of the most powerful countries in the world could face a tragedy like that, then everyone had to wonder if it would happen to them. Man, even with me being in my dad's ball sack at that time, I was contemplating should I even be born. Luckily I chose to, so you're welcome y'all, but it was that serious. I remember it like it was yesterday. And at that time, it wasn't common to make jokes about serious things like that, especially in the media or in public. So any TV show or movie that did was facing the wrath of thousands of callers.
Okay, this is actually true. This is actually true, by the way. Like, if you made 9/11 jokes on the same year it happened, dude, people will crucify you. People will actually go after your neck, like, straight up.
Television network that aired the show saying to cancel it, which looking back on is funny for one reason, because boomers nowadays will say younger generations are too sensitive and cancel culture was annoying. And yeah, in truth, Gen Z is a little more but if they saw anything that was slightly offensive to them back then, they had the hotline of every major TV network to complain about it and say they were canceling their membership. True, some parents and grandparents back in the 2000s wasn't even letting their kids watch SpongeBob because they thought it was too demonic. Family.
Holy fuck, bro. Holy shit, that's so fucking true, actually. People actually were making conspiracy theories, bro, about that.
Wasn't even letting
the fucking monster ad.
Their kids watch.
I personally don't think our generation is like the snowflake generation. I don't think so at all. I think the problem is that a lot of people assume that just because they have freedom, you have freedom to be a fuck. Just because you have the freedom to be gay or trans or a lesbian without some fuck ass dude talking about some like, huh, look at this loser, you know what I mean? They think that that's snowflake, but that's not snowflake. It's just people don't care. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I think our generation is the generation that cares the least about being offended, because we're constantly making jokes about anything, bro. And not just that, those things become super trendy, you know?
SpongeBob because they thought it was too demonic. Family Guy was the first show that kind of started doing 9/11 jokes in the mainstream, and so many people hated them for it. There's this one notorious episode where Lois is running to be mayor and makes fun of politicians using it for advantage, which is a classic now.
9/11 was bad.
I agree with that. What are your plans for cleaning up our environment?
9/11.
What about our traffic problem?
9/11.
And after shows and media started comfortably doing it, it became normal to make jokes about it online. Honestly, even when I think about it, the amount of people still making jokes about it from the mid-2010s to 2020s was a lot. Like when the whole generation of Gen Z who wasn't as connected to it compared to other generations saw the memes. I feel that was the start of us being desensitized to tragedies and not caring as much. And I remember when I started seeing these crazy tragedies and shown to me by people in school, which made me wonder how the f my peers was getting.
Even Rockstar Games had blue police cars and Twin Towers in GTA 3 before release, but after 9/11 in release version, the towers was removed and police cars had changed to the black color.
Is that accurate? Is that accurate? I don't know. I think for me, I just don't agree. I personally don't agree that people are becoming desensitized. I think the problem is, right, is that because the internet is so massive, and I'm talking about massive in the sense of like, you can be in Peru talking to a Chinese, talking to a British person, talking to an American, talking to a Canadian, all in the same Discord at the same time, and you guys can communicate with each other, and like it's nothing, you know? And the problem is that, like, okay, let's just say something happens, some dude gets slimed in America, Charlie Kirk, right? You can't expect some fucking dude from Pakistan to give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. Or like some dude from Mexico, or some dude from Peru, or some dude from China. They just don't care. As a matter of fact, they will make fun of it. And that's the problem. The problem is that the internet it's very big. So let's just say a plane in India crashes and 100 Indians die, right? In India, tragedy, horrible. But in another country, in some fuck ass across the world, something's gonna be saying about how like, oh, the airplane smells bad. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, the internet is just far too big for people to care about every single issue across the entirety of the world. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think that people are getting desensitized. It's just there's too many people, bro. Not every, and I can tell you this 100%. Most people who make Epstein Diddy jokes are not even American, bro. They're not even from the American continent. Most of those people are people that are in some fuck ass random third world country, just AI generating those things because they think it's hilarious. You know what I mean? That's the problem. The problem is that we believe that because we don't care about overall problems, that we believe that it means, like, we believe that because of that, everybody is desensitized. But it's not sensitivity. It's just the interest is too big. You can be in a, dude, do you have any idea how many people grift American politics and they're not even American? It's like some dude from Nigeria talking about some like, we stand with you, Trump, we stand with, you know what I mean? Dude, it's just, I'm telling you, bro, it's all just like, psyop, trying to get views. It's just chasing that rabbit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I didn't like looking at gore back then, and I still don't to this day. Any edgy person online that says they like looking at gore because it's intriguing low-key scares me. Like, I feel like you got some serial killer tendencies. Like, I'd randomly be at the lunch table and someone would point at their phone being like, hey Tommy, come look at this. And it was a whole ass ISIS beheading video of someone. Or it would be some weird sexual video, like 2 girls in 1 cup type of videos. I still don't know where they got these videos and how they had them casually on their phones because I did not have them. Actually, I know exactly where they got them. Live Leak. I thank the Lord every day that
Live Leak of Dime
does not exist anymore. That website contributed to millions of kids' trauma. It's not like that content is exactly gone though. All kids have to do now is go on Twitter/X and type in what they want to see. I truly think though that time before things started to get more moderated is what contributed to us being so desensitized now. People will say the internet is still unmoderated like that and you can still find crazy things, which you can, but it's become less accessible. Like these companies have faced lawsuits and had to crack down on safety issues and fix these things. One of the main things that set me off for making this video recently was Epstein. As most of you know, recently the Department of Justice finally released the majority of the Epstein files they had at hand, being 3 million pages. People are rumoring it's actually not
3 million is crazy though.
More, which I'm 100% sure. There is things they did not release, but this release was honestly more than I thought we'd get. All this in these files basically
I'll
proved
see you in
every
Valhalla.
schizophrenic conspiracy theorist from 10 years ago on the internet right. We're talking sick shit, like obviously world leaders being involved in the crimes and having Epstein trafficking people to them, talks of demonic rituals and literal cannibalism, and the worst thing of all, Epstein gooning to Five Nights at Freddy's character. This was really sick, dog. He used every which way he can to get off. With the public finally getting a look into how dark shit gets in these elite circles confirmed by our government, it shocked most people, even on the internet all the time, on how real everything they heard may be going on was. And one of the first things that started happening when the files released was, you guessed it,
Everyone just memeing the shit out of it.
What the fuck? Awesome party.
But you can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
it's to the point, if you search
I don't know,
up
man.
Epstein on TikTok, it's nothing but memes and random edits. Am I sitting here saying you can't laugh at some brain rot meme of
See, but the thing is, it's like, okay. See, the thing is, it's like, but at what point does humor become a way of spreading news? How many times have you heard of something horrible happening because some dude is like showing a video of like when you find out Epstein ate kids or something like that? Most of the times you would. Most of the times you will find news from memes because memes are a way of passing news. You know, sure, there is a lot of jokes that are gonna be poorly taste, right? But I feel like memes are used as a way of talking to people. Like, instead of showing you an article, yo, you read this, I can show you a meme about how, like, Chica is, like, looking weirdly and Epstein's right there, and he's like, oh, wow, you know, because of this happened, you know? And you're not, like, for example, I didn't know the FNAF gooning thing until I saw so many videos about him gooning to FNAF, and now we know that's the case, you know what I mean? But there's also memes about Epstein's eating kids, and yes, but you have to understand, dude. You have to understand that humor comes out in different ways. Is that everybody has a line of humor, whether they deem acceptable or not acceptable. For example, my dark humor, as somebody who likes dark humor, my humor stops at the line of rape jokes. I don't think rape jokes are funny. I don't think jokes about molestation is funny. I don't think anything like that is remotely even funny. You can't make it funny, so I just don't think it's funny. You know what I mean? For example, when it comes to racism, I'm okay with oh, you know, haha, Italians like eating pizza, sure. Like, you know, black people like watermelon, sure, whatever, you know what I mean? But I feel like the line I draw is like, for example, comparing people to monkeys, for example. Just a generalization of an entire race just based on like a racial feature, you know what I mean? Like, I draw the line, everyone draws the line to whatever you want. So for example, some people think rape jokes are hilarious, you know, and I mean, that's just weird. But we think it's weird because we're somewhat all coherently on the same level. You know what I mean? It doesn't change the fact that some people find it funny, some people don't, you know?
Epstein on TikTok? No, that's up to you. Some of them are fun.
Also, just because we're making a lot of memes out of it doesn't mean that people don't care about it. I think, as a matter of fact, the reason why there's so many memes about it is because we really want this shit to never leave. We want this shit to be, remembered. Like, what do you think people make Hitler jokes? Because it's funny? Yeah, sometimes it's funny. But because it's something that happened that was so tragic that we want to make sure it doesn't happen again. The problem is that some people think, like, oh, Hitler's based, you know what I mean? And it's like, the kind of just removes the whole point, you know what I mean?
Laugh at some brain rot meme of Epstein on TikTok? No, that's up to you. Some of them are funny just because of how ridiculous they're made. But people aren't even taking the severity of this situation at all. Like, I can't blame you if you just can't laugh at the memes. And in truth, my conspiracy theory is that's how the government wants it. There's already theories online that the CIA and government have meme departments now to monitor situations online and soften them. They could very well be involved in making these dumb memes to make you laugh and forget how corrupt things actually actually are. Really think of it, especially if you live in America. The government lied to your face for the past year saying none of this stuff existed. Only folded when the whole public started rallying against it. Still didn't release it on time required by law. Then released the files randomly, exposing some of the people in the highest positions of government and CEOs. And want us to move on like nothing happened and get back to our daily lives. People have been assuming these theories for decades, so maybe I thought that's why we would take it more serious. But no one could have ever guessed 10 or 15 years ago someone making a kawaii edit of Epstein on TikTok. The news moves so fast now, people have already moved on. If all of this came out before...
No, that's not the thing. That's not true though. That's the thing. Because of how prevalent it is in social media, right? Because of how prevalent it is in social media, right? This is not true at all, as a matter of fact. Like, memes, like, you're telling me the meme department or whatever the hell, the CIA is making memes about Trump being a pedophile, because I don't think so, bro. I think, as a matter of fact, people make these memes because they don't want it to be left behind, like, forgotten even. You know what I mean? I feel like people think of memes as like the mockery instead of like as access of information. You know what I mean? It's access to information. I don't think memes inherently hide things. As a matter of fact, memes are the ones that... Imagine you look at a meme about cannibalism, you're like, what? Cannibalism? So then you do your little search and now you find out that they were eating babies. You know? Because of a stupid PNG, bro. Now, you know that this happened. You know what I mean? And sure, on the overall sense, people are getting desensitized. But the reach is more and more and more and more and more. You know? But there's probably a meme department in the CIA, though. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
The news moves so fast now, people have already moved on. If all of this came out before social media, and especially with a president involved with this person, people would have overthrown the government and stormed it by now. And our generation always wants to be empathetic with a person no matter how bad they are. Which now has that group of people making
sad edits of Epstein.
Mr. Epstein, were you sexually abused as a minor?
Fuck off.
Were you sexually abused as a minor?
That must be so confusing for a little girl. And I know you're gonna need me.
I just want to make a sad edit of Adolf while you're at it. I swear, if y'all around in the 40s, you would have made sad edits of Adolf when he died. Aww, but he was such a good artist and he got rejected. That probably weighed on his conscience so much. One of the reasons I think these meme edits happen, especially for...
See, maybe perhaps my opinion, but I think the problem is just people don't care. And I don't think people don't care, it's just people don't care about each other at all. Like people, like, I don't know, like somebody will go through something traumatic, like horrible. It's just like cancer, like their suicide or whatever, and there will always be one guy who's going... I think it's like, out of 100 people who say, oh, that's so sad, right? Like, there's one autistic guy who's like, oh, he's gonna die. You know what I mean? And, again, it could just be 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 1,000,000, and that will still be a shitload of people. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It could be 1 out of 10,000 people, right? But that's still a fuckload of people. That's the problem. You know what I mean? The problem is that there's such a small amount of people who won't care no matter what. And there's people who are actually just diddlers, bro, who like think Epstein's like the rules and he's like giga-based, you know?
So much. One of the reasons I think these meme edits happen, especially for Gen Z, is the fact that a majority feel so disconnected from the government and aren't even representing the government at all and have no hope that they don't even care anymore, and no won't change, at least for a while. We're still like a couple of decades away before Gen Z has the full power of government, and we know the government now is
more
doing
than
the
that
final robbery for boomers before throwing it to the next generation. So a lot of people would just feel cooked and feel they can't change much anyway, so why not make stupid edits of this stuff? AI has only increased it and made it easier to make fun of this stuff. You don't even gotta handcraft the meme, the machine can do it for you. Even with the corruption now, people are making fun of it and don't care. The newest being memes about Netanyahu, with his corruption being so obvious and everyone in the public now knowing. There's an entire trend on TikTok of people trying to summon him to save them.
Netanyahu! Kill this guy in my life is yours! Netanyahu! He's driving at 20 miles per hour! Netanyahu!
See, but that's the thing, right? That's the thing. The meme is not to make light of the situation, it's to make a statement that this person's horrible. Like, people are comparing him to Satan, bro. How is that a positive thing for him? It isn't, right? To imply that memes is a divisive, I don't think so. I think as a matter of fact, we are showing people, or rather the future, that we don't like this type of shit. You know what I mean? Most people just see it as like a way of spreading information. You know? Yeah, but the thing is, the seriousness is, man, people are fucking retarded, bro. That's the truth. They are all giga stupid. And that's the problem. The problem is you thinking to yourself, well, that's not true. Dude, most people don't think, bro. Most people don't read. Most people don't read. Most people don't think. Most people don't put an ounce of, and not even 1 sec. Most people legit are just thinking about sex, drinking, and food. And that's about it, bro. Right? That's how most people think. Right? With memes, you can, with the memes, you can even nail the autistic retards. So, I want to drink and watch TV all day. I'm gonna pull up my phone. Oh, Epstein, bad. You know what I mean? So like that's a way of passing information, bro. It passes information one to another. You know what I mean?
Beat this guy up, and my life is yours! Netanyahu, save us! Netanyahu! Netanyahu! Help me!
3% though.
I'm at 3%, and I can't get to the charger!
This trend coincidentally also started when the US app finally got sold. Take that as you will. I'm just a YouTuber, please don't hurt me. Just like I said with the Epstein memes too, it is one of those things where we aren't taking severity of. Maybe it's because he's such a corrupt person and only someone you would think could exist as a villain in a movie. This is a man though, all memes aside, that was and is complicit in the genocide of a whole ethnic group of people. Trying to still convince the
ooh, it's a shame this guy died tomorrow.
World what we see with our eyes is wrong. Who is directly involved in influencing the most powerful country to do his bidding. All it takes for him is one visit to the White House, sliding Trump 5 to 10 M's, and he'll bomb whatever country he needs to. I low-key ain't ever seen this man stressed because he knows no one can touch him. You get even a centimeter close to him and you and your entire family's existence is disappearing like you never existed. Now you got people calling him the big Yahoo to summon him. Just wait, because I guarantee he tries to get involved in the trend. He won't even know that it's people making fun of him and not laughing with him. And with the Charlie Kirk memes, I called it out last year that people were still going to be doing them in 2026. It's almost ingrained with TikTok memes. You check any comment section,
oh my god,
and they're still photoshopping his face on people. Ain't no one give a single fuck anymore that they saw a video of him getting slimed out on camera in 4K. It also didn't help Erica Kirk making his death to oblivion and flexing the merch sale she got after he died.
God, I think we have 50,000 plus hat orders to fulfill. I mean, I'm saying these numbers because it puts into perspective that we're not just sitting and thinking and looking at the wall being like, what do we do? Like that, there is so much to do. You have over 20,000 Amfest registrations.
The more you hear from Erica Kirk, the more you think there's no way she wasn't jumping for joy when she heard the news. We've reached a point where all of these incidents are crossing together and are getting AI mashed together. You'll see edits of Diddy and Epstein together fighting.
Okay, you want to hear, a bit of a hot take, my opinion is that I feel like the people making like AI Charlie Kirk memes have somehow more respect for Charlie Kirk than his actual fans. And that's something that a lot of people will say, well, that's how? And it's because at least the people who are making fun of him are just making fun of him and that's about it. While the people who are his fans, what they're doing, they're milking him as a way to profit for themselves. So you will have like a bunch of dudes who are like singing a country song about like, oh, I just wanna kiss my fish. You know what I mean? But like instead of that, it would be like, I missed you, Charlie. You were so hot, and you were so attractive. You know what I mean? And because of that, it gets views because they're making, I don't know. That whole shit like really rubs me the wrong way, bro. That shit really, really rubs me the wrong way. It's like they're taking advantage that he died to make a quick profit. And that's just always weird. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it is always been weird. I'm not gonna lie.
For the #1 predator spot. Edits of Trump and Netanyahu doing, I don't know really, whatever someone wants. It seems everything is getting more softened and palatable to the public. Who knows where this will lead us in a decade or 2 decades? But I hope y'all know the people at the top want it to seem that you can't do anything and to keep making memes about things, assuming you'll move on and leave things like this forever. Which isn't true. Every generation usually flips something, and I just hope people know it's not all over like they want you to think it is. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always,
it's not over.
I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
I just don't agree. I think I just don't agree. I just don't agree. I don't think we're being desensitized. It's just realistically, what are you supposed to do about it? You can go on protest, you can say it's horrible, but like, what are you supposed to do about it? Just let it, like, die? Just let it, like, be its own thing? I don't know, man. You know? I think we are, but I don't think it's a bad thing. You think we're desensitized, but it's not a bad thing? Maybe. I mean, that's an opinion, to be honest. Your Mexican opinion doesn't matter. Bro, you're the worst streamer known to lie. Shut the fuck up. You're ruining my night. Brutality Falcon 420 has spoken, guys. Brutality Falcon 420 has given us his opinion. I suppose we can no longer talk about this anymore.